usually, you know, I think the phrase of the week is if you don't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. But there's a remix, an explicit remix to that kind of way of thinking. Because I spoke to you guys previously. I don't know if it was a channel message or whatever, but no shade. I was talking about how there was a previous situation that occurred, and I felt as though I couldn't speak on the situation because how it correlated and was in relation to a present situation going on, right? And the situation that occurred, it was a relative that I was trying to, in my own way, work the situation out with. One of their relatives, from their side of the family, wanted to cause during that Mercury retrograde timing. They wanted to cause some sort of disruption. They wanted to cause bodily harm, injury, and assault. That's what they thought they was going to do, but that's not what happened. And even doing so put them in a very, very unfavorable, unsavory predicament. And even has the relatives that are technically my relatives too, but had the relative that's supposed to be on their side going against them. And the ironic thing is that person was a Gemini. Yeah, you got call them by past tense because yeah, they don't exist to me no more. Yeah, it's certain things I could be like, all right, whatever. We can work it out. We can see what's going on with that. But like, and that previous predicament, oh no, exile. I don't give a fuck. Not me. The person who had the malicious intent. But no, but anywho, because this person like directly or indirectly has been trying to make this situation, this previous predicament, something bigger than what it was. I remember saying, "Oh, it's not that serious. It's not that serious," and me even saying that is what made the person upset and acting belligerent. Mm-mm-mm. A rat gonna be a rat regardless. It's like I think about a particular person or a particular situation, and then their embodiment pops up, and I'll be like, "Nah, stop playing with me." Like as I'm talking about this person, I just literally seen a rat outside, like, and it's tried to start coming in my direction. Like, bitch, move. Nobody got time for all that. Like, so it's like this person energy. It's like they want to energy harvest off of you. Like the only reason they want to attack you is because you're you. Like it's gonna give them some sort of notoriety, or they're gonna make them feel important or seen, but they couldn't feel important or seen if they were doing something educational, or if they're doing something in regards to entertainment. But they want to call their own narration of it with nothing to gain from it, but everything to lose. And it's just like we don't condone that kind of behavior. Now, the only reason I'm doing this message, I ain't gonna hold you. This sound like the beginning part of this message sound crazy, kind of, but like this is actually about to be a love message, y'all. Because it's no reason at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, someone should be messaging me about something they claim to know so much about in regards to my life, and they clearly do not. Like it's like, yo, I don't even know where to start with this whole scenario. Like, all right, let's start with what happened and then work our way to why I gotta do the channel message. So around 3 o'clock in the morning, I see that someone messaged me, all right, and ironically on the app, the platform where I started practicing my spirituality, divination, in regards to these channel messages and stuff like that, like earlier beyond before, and this woman messaged me, and I already knew when I seen their Abby, the profile picture, that either this person had either a fake page or this person was being used as a vessel. And I'm gonna get into why that was important later into the story. So this woman messaged me, and it's like, not Grand Rising, but you know that energy when they be like Grand Rising. It was giving one of those type of vibes. She was like, yeah, I can see into your future. I know what's going on with you. Like for people who not in the spiritual community, it's gonna sound like that. But because I really like the way she was even talking, I was just like, dang. I remember when I used to be in that goody two shoes, just joined the spiritual community. Think like I remember, like if you remember when you first got into spirituality before you made any type of ascension, you remember that type of mindset. You remember how you said you want to help everybody, and there's nothing wrong with that. You want to help everybody. So God speak to you. Use your discernment, intuition, your psychic abilities. You want to tell people about themselves and what they got going on. But the first question I had to check myself about is, did they ask you? I remember when the incident with Kanye. This is a totally a different scenario, but there was a situation with Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. You remember when Kim Kardashian supposedly we later found out that they were trying to drug him. Supposedly that's what he was saying. They were trying to drug him or something like that, and he had got on some flight somewhere, and he was just like, I think he had called. Here we go. The beginning of that P Diddy case that trial that just ended was it started way back from when that Kanye West thing was going on when they was trying to put him in a mental hospital and drug him, and um he started calling Diddy out. I don't know if y'all remember that. Around that time, it was something like Diddy Kanye West was calling Diddy out and stuff like that. See, Gemini and the Scorpio, there's gonna be a miracle that comes out this message. I'm telling you, and I receive it. Like I remember Kanye West started calling out P Diddy. I don't exactly remember what he was saying, but I knew whatever he was saying at the time, like they was going to try to target him because of that. And I remember I was just like, I had just started my spiritual journey, and I was even wise enough to discern to see something like that. And I remember messaging Kanye West, and I was like, yeah, something like they're gonna try to do such and such to you, this and third, this and third. Obviously, he didn't see the message, or he did, or whatever. Like this is a celebrity talking about. You know how many messages he got in his DM. So like I remember I deleted the message I sent to him afterwards, like maybe after a day, because I was just like, first and foremost, I started feeling all the energy that was starting to be sent to him. So I was like, oh nah, that was one. Two, I had to realize that man he never sought me out, asked for any information. He possibly already knew what was going on. That's why he was saying and doing what he was saying. But at the time, from my perspective, as a consumer of music, then I had different perspectives. It's like, oh my gosh, I want to help. Let him know what's going on. He ain't asked me that information, so that was something I learned. Like, if people don't ask, you don't gotta tell them, and even if people ask, you still don't gotta tell them nothing. Like, depending on the situation. Oh, someone couldn't get on. Somebody in the chat section, they couldn't get on Zoom, so they got on my page. um. Zoom in the comment section. Maybe if you stay and listen to the message, you might learn something that could help your life. You know, trolls gonna be trolls, and that's why they under bridges. And so, and due to the news yesterday, it was a bridge that collapsed. Amen. Anyways, because just as I'm a professional, I get on this app and I say what I gotta say. That will not stop me. Especially, my whole thing is, why would you come on a spiritual practitioner's page to troll them under their shit and they can curse you? It's quite stupid. Anyways, anyways, back to what I was talking about. So this woman who messaged me on a different app platform or whatever the case may be, she started sending all these long paragraphs. First, it was alright. She started talking about like how she's on her spiritual journey and she was led to my page. And I remember doing similar things as kind of what she was doing in the messages like today. So like usually I ain't even gonna hold you. Usually I'd be like, I don't got time for all this. Like I don't, like my discernment. Like I already knew she wasn't all the way right. Not saying that she was a bad person, but it's just like she started the conversation like I came to you. I'm your guardian angel. I've been sent to you as a guide. Um, contact me, talk to me, so I can continue being your guide and this and that third. Honestly, when she said all that, I wanted to quickly go on her page and see what she had going on. Not to be funny, not to be rude, and because of that fact is the exact reason why I did not do that immediately. I was like, let me just see what this person got to say because sometimes God got an interesting sense of humor, and you don't want to just shit on somebody, and you don't know who they is yet. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me see where she's going with this because she kept saying guides and spiritual journey, ascension, and this and that, and blah blah blah. And I ain't never, and even when I mentioned God, the person never reiterated that they was a believer in God, that they believe in God, or mentioned God any in the conversation. The person was like, the universe, the universe, the universe. And while there's nothing wrong with, the law of attraction in regards to the universe, it's like you got to mix God into that equation. Just because I said God in my situation don't mean God is going to universe you in your situation. You understand what I'm saying? And I already peeped that, so I was like, all right, let me just hear what you got to say. So she went from talking about she wanted to be my guardian angel and guide and all types of, and talking to the universe, not mentioning God and not once in the conversation while sending long paragraphs, then starting to try to explain to me what was going on in my love life. And then there go, here it go. That's what you want to talk about, my love life. It's so many people, think about it, in the spiritual community that talk about people's love lives, whether they know them or not. She started off the conversation talking about I see you and I know who you are in regards to in the spiritual, and like you really that she basically was complimenting me to begin with. She like, she was trying to butter me up. And it's like if I was more egotistical, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, I'm that spiritual chick, this and that, blah blah blah. And it's not even like that. Like this is something I've known for like since a babe. So it's like you telling me that is not it. So I was like, all right, guys, is this one of them situations where you want me to take the compliment or whatever the case may be? So I was like, all right, thanks and everything like that. So God started talking to me and started telling me what I need to tell the person. God told me to tell the person while they was going on and on about trying to be my guardian angel and spiritual guide and everything like that. God told me to tell the person, um, in regards to birth charts, astrology, whatever they got going in their life, in regards to wherever they are in the spiritual path, that they needed to heal from the family ancestry of her family, the feminine side of her family. There's something in regards to that will help her heal. And that's what God told me to tell this person. This person completely ignored what I was talking about in regards of what would help her and was so interested in how they could help me. And it was like, girl, I'm telling you, you need to learn how to help yourself. And that is when I then went to the person's page. Goodness in the comment section said, what's up, God child? Keep going and being a great vessel. Try to learn more, so keep it going. Thank you. I appreciate you. I really does. Like, and even your name is very interesting for this message. But let me just, finish the story and then get into what I'm about to talk about. So basically, this woman, I was like, all right, I'm curious as to what kind of person this is because like I said, I didn't want to judge the person overall because sometimes God does tell people to go talk to this person, go tell this person this, because God talks to us in different ways. So I was like, let me not just count her out. Not was everything she's saying was wrong? No. But what my discernment was telling me was this person, although they was trying to give me the answers, what they were really trying to do was discern what was going on with me, especially in regards to my love life. But the whole time this is a stranger. Why would you want to know what's going on in my love life to begin with? You want to you talk about how great a person I am, who I am in the spiritual, my rank there. So if you know all this, why would what you're telling me that you're trying to project onto me? Why would I not know these things already? So when I went onto this person's page, can't even get like past 10 views. And I'm not trying to like make fun of the person or where they are in life because you gotta start somewhere. But ain't no way you gonna start on social media as any type of spiritual guide or practitioner to talk to somebody who has surpassed the 10 views about in regards to spirituality. So basically I'm gonna assume and I'm gonna state that this person was trying to energy harvest, and it was confirmed. It failed miserably for them, but and I don't even think the person. All right, all right. So the person would start talking about like, yeah, message me, WhatsApp me, this and the third, and it was the WhatsApp that sent me. So I was like, all right, so now I know you foreign. I'm not. I'm. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong if I'm wrong. Only foreigners use WhatsApp. I'm not saying there's not no Caucasian or African American out here that don't use WhatsApp, but predominantly WhatsApp is for foreigners. The person on the page was projecting themselves to be of African American descent. To this day, I have not come across any African American person that uses WhatsApp, unless they got like a sugar daddy overseas or something. Other than that, let me stop being funny. But like, no, for real. So like, so now I already was thinking it was a fake page. But let me tell you why I thought it was a fake page. Because earlier the day before, I had a conversation with my man. While I was having a conversation with my man, you know, on FaceTime, I saw a mother figure and she had a blue bowl, and I chose to ignore the said person. And it's funny because me and my person had a conversation previously before about a mother figure, and he did not want me to speak to her directly, and I didn't understand it then. So it wasn't like, oh yeah, he told me something previously, so don't speak to this other mother figure. It was like my discernment was like, I don't have to speak to this person, not yet. But it was two different scenarios. What I came to learn was that, through astrology, that, you know, women in his life have some sort of weird emotional incest with him for their own different reasons. Now, what I had to learn through this relationship is that I'm not married yet. The ring is not on the finger yet. It will be one day. So while I'm dating this man, I do not have to take on the burdens of whatever is going on in that aspect. And it was so funny because like the situation I was talking about previously in regards to a Gemini embodiment, lover, loved one, friend, relative, romantic, platonic, business partnership of some sort. And it was a little bit of everything mixed up in that prior situation about a month ago. Where from my side of the family, technically like somebody a relative wanted me to, I guess in a sense, reveal myself. Like this person went as far as trying to assault me, all because I didn't want to share information about me and my love life. Literally, literally, literally. All I said was, all I said was, I'm like, oh my gosh, you friends with this guy? Mind you, the guy's my man. That what? That's not my man. That's my friend. Bing bop boop. Dang. I'm sorry. It's funny now. It's funny now. Back then, I was mad. A month ago, I was mad as fuck about the situation. Now, it's a joke. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because, like, y'all know what's trending right now with Young Thug. So Young Thug, after his court case, not everybody, all these messages have been it's something about money, self worth, your own values. Pay attention. So Young Thug, he just came back home after his court case, and a lot. It's so funny the dynamic between Young Thug and Gunna now because like I remember when he won the court case or whatever like that, and how unserious. If anybody remember how unserious he was during the court case, even the people that was and then look at what happened to that man Woody. Not to be funny or anything like that, but it's like Woody went and testified. He was a main component in regards to the court case and how like a mockery of the judicial system basically because it was like him, Young Thug, they was just so lackadaisical. They didn't care about anything in regards to the court case and the severity of all the charges, right? Still won the court case. Woody left early. Woody got released early. Soon as Young Thug come home, right before, and mind you, if you've been on social media and you see like the trending, because certain apps have trending, they let you know what's going on. They've been trying to project Woody dying for a while now. I like tell me I'm wrong if I'm wrong, but I know I'm not. They've been trying to project that. You know how many times they kept saying Woody had passed and he was still alive. So then the guy Woody, right before this information was leaked, gets into like a major accident, damn near almost died. And then right after that, Young Thug is exposed with these leaked conversations with his girlfriend. And just to narrate a little bit, just to go back a little bit in the story of what was going on then. Y'all remember when Young Thug won the court case and then Gunna, a part of his deal for Young Thug was to he like for while he's on probation, he had like years, like at least a decade worth of probation. So a lot of people were even laughing, saying that they didn't think he was gonna fulfill the obligation of the 10 years, and that's why they gave it to him. That's one. Two, a part of his deal for while being on probation that one of the main people he could only work with to do music with, instead of like his gang associations and whatnot that he claimed to have, was to work with Gunna. Gunna, who a lot of people have made fun of because they have seen him on the first 48 as something that they would call as an informant as such, or somebody who would, put himself before others. Let's say that. Especially if let me not talk for that man. Anywho, so when Young Thug was saying that a part of his deal was to work with Gunna after he was released from being incarcerated, and Gunna was so quick to be like, "Fuck no." If do y'all remember how quick Gunna was like, "No," was like, "Stop playing with me," like. Not to be funny though, for real. That if y'all remember, that is literally what happened when the that was released to the general public, basically about his probation do's and don'ts. So now, as Young Thugs, you know, phone calls have been leaked in regards to him telling a lot of other people's business so freely. Now, I'm not gonna go into how the calls was released, but the timing is very interesting. And then the same at the same time of these calls being leaked is when Gunna dropped that song. But you see how I mentioned all those things in regards to a court case, third party energies, yet the two actual people who's in the relationship, Young Thug and Mariah DeSantis, right? You know how Mariah DeSantis got nothing to do with what I just said. The only thing she had to do was show up, be present, make do her girlfriend duties, make a phone call, and then you just see everything else, third party situations going on. You could have just been an innocent bystander. You want to be pitch light? Mr. Wing in the comment section, he wanted to be pitch light. Receiving the blessings right now. It was crazy. Like, first and foremost, let me go back to that, to the fun brat in the comment section that was talking about people just be getting high and having schizo conversations. First of all, I just right now, so let's start there. So like that whole time I just been talking for 26 minutes just now, I'm very sober. Also, it's so funny how you can come. First of all, I've been cleared. I don't have no mental illness. All right, I've already been evaluated. I guess because such claims such as that. Let's start there. Second, there are readers on here who have claimed verbatim out their own mouth that they're schizophrenic and still get a lot of views. So I don't know if that comment was supposed to make me feel upset or not, because it don't. Like, it's crazy. People will really get on this app and be like they got mental conditions, and y'all still will come watch them. Even and while I don't have a mental condition, it's interesting because you're still here watching what I gotta say. So if you think you're gonna listen to what I gotta say, it's gonna help you, but you being rude and it's gonna help, it don't work like that. And then why are you so informed on schizophrenia? Nobody just looks up schizophrenia and know all the fucking fun facts about it. Just to say, whoever that was in the comment section. Yes, thank you, Steve. People really aren't nice these days, but no, it's just those type of people. Like, but yeah, let's go back to the story because I was just using that Young Thug situation because like y'all know, it's trending on social media right now about these leaked voicemails, messages. So it's like during Metro, I keep saying Metro Boomin wants some more. I don't know what's going on with Metro Boomin and something that happened around Mercury retrograde. But listen, around Mercury retrograde, there was either somebody was supposed to tell you something, you were supposed to know something, you were supposed to be in the know of something, and somebody didn't relay the message to you some way somehow. Person, place, thing, Gemini, body, whatever. So it was like somebody was trying to hide something from you, somebody was trying to keep something from you. Now everybody going on. Now you got to tell the truth in the open spaces. Now you got to tell the truth around people you didn't want to even know. Not people getting involved that you didn't think was gonna get involved. Just on the betterment of yourself though, because somebody was trying to do something to you, and then I receive it. Um, but yeah, like I was saying, was on FaceTime and everything like that. It was certain things I like that was just very significant. And I was just like, like I think this post, like, not, like even the person in the message was saying nothing's a coincidence. So I was just like, all right. At first, I wasn't rude to her, but then I only got rude because she just kept trying to pry into my love life. She was like, "You're going through blockages and delays because of family and friends. Your family and friends." I'm like, "No, actually, things are pretty good." But I know what the person was saying. Like the person, I said, if you really want to help, you want to be this guardian, this sister, this guy that you claim to be. I said, rebuke the family and friends that's trying to create delays and blockages. She kept going on talking about love. Like I said, did you not like this person just kept trying to ignore what I was saying and want me to hear what they were saying. You want me to believe in the projection of delays, blockages, and all that type of stuff, family, friend. You're literally trying to block me because and it's just like no, like what is this energy of somebody trying to project negativity onto you, and you see they trying to project negativity onto you, and you're just like, I see what you're trying to do. No, and they're like, why not? What the like? No, So at first I started kindly telling her about herself, and then I just was like, no, like this is a part of it. Like they're just trying to get any type of energy out of me, and I was just like, no, and I just blocked the person. And why it was significant because like I had, why this I keep bringing up the young dad thing, but like it's trending. So like I'm also a digital content creator, so I posted something online in regards to what was going on that was trending with Young Thug, and it was random. It was just like I was like, all right, I'm gonna just do this video, whatever. As soon as I did the video, like it started gaining attraction. As soon as it gained attraction, two people in specific, a Gemini and Leo, Gemini embodiment and Leo, tried to, I caught them spying on me basically. Online on social media, of course. So I'm just like, all right. It's like one person, they could call or text me, whatever the case may be. But like they kept like it's not the first time I've seen this person in particular, lurking on my social media. I've caught them multiple times. But I ain't say nothing. Because like it's just like whatever. Like this person wanted to spy and looking what I got going on, whatever. But this person, in regards to my content on social media, not once has this person ever came and said like you're doing a really great job with that, or I like what you did with that. This person instead will indirectly like it's so interesting because like the person was trying to help me to do some weird stuff, but it actually worked in my favor. You know, I understand the perception of the family member, and like the person don't want me to the person don't want me to stop being family to them basically. So instead of just saying that or making an effort to, I don't know, find some sort of I think that's what it is. The person can't find nothing in common with me. Could be two different people, and just because we two different people don't mean we can't like find something to enjoy together. But it's like because of the situation, it's like we was never going to be like friends per se. We was never going to be it's like sis, like she sis maybe, but like, and the person just felt like drifting apart, so they were trying to do something to in their own way, but like by them doing that, it was just too much. It was just way too much. And I was just like, all right. But the other person who was stalking the socials, the only way this person would know of me is from two people in specific. The first one is the one I just mentioned, Leo, right? The other person, mind you, like I said, it was a relative that was trying to do something like real weird for no reason, be malicious towards me, and like a month ago during Mercury retrograde, and at first I was just like, whatever. I was mad about the situation. I got over it because it was never serious to me, but more serious to that person. But I already knew the person was going through something outside of the scenario, so it was just like, I don't know, maybe it was something I said that made the person just. But like, that's a personal problem. If you got something else going on in the background of your life, and then you come in contact with me, and you're not gonna use me as a punching bag. That's what's not gonna happen. And this person had to get hit with a sense of reality because I left the situation alone, this and third. But I knew this person was a family member, so I was like, either or way, like the family was gonna hear about it. So I gave it a few days, and I spoke to one of the family members, and I was just like, such happened. I didn't want to cause no drama, but I'm just letting you guys know about it because I think it's the right thing to do, and especially like Anyway, so that person when I was so calm and just like this when I was explaining it to the person, and this is the Leo got so upset, yo, got so upset, and as it should, because like usually with my family members and stuff like that, relatives and stuff like that, usually when somebody does something wrong against me, they be turned up for me all the time. they be more turned up than me sometimes. It depends on scenario, but like usually it be the stuff I don't care about. So it's something like, go handle my light work. Go handle my light work. So it's like somebody trying to go up against you, but don't know, or like somebody think like you're by yourself, like there's no God. God forbid, like you don't walk with God, you don't be with God. God not favoring you. Like this how this person came to you. God forbid in my life. So like they have a different perception of you. They don't really know you like that, and but they know of you. They want to stand next to you. They want to do something that's gonna put you and their name together, but they're not wishing you good intent. Ain't no way. That's where them destiny helpers come in at. People you know directly, indirectly, that whether you know or not, like have your back. Actually, is standing up for you, or putting this person in their place, or whatever the case may be. Because like I was just explaining to, because I was like, dang, like me personally, I was just like, dang, this supposed to be a relative family member. I don't want like certain people in relationships to be to like feel some type of way based off of somebody interaction. I like, let me just tell who I think I need to tell about the situation in regards to family. That's I wasn't really thinking like were they gonna be like negative or nice, or they're gonna tell me what I wanted to hear. It wasn't nothing like that. It was just like I just noticed somebody in close relation that would be the best person to talk to about the situation. So I'm just explaining it just like this. This person just turn up, like no, and the Leo talking, oh my God, it's gonna turn back on me, and this person shouldn't have did that. But like even though the person was mad, it was certain moments where the person was laughing. So it was almost like they was just like I ain't know, like I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna look too much into the laugh, because it's either one or other. It's either you was laughing because you're happy if something like that could have happened to me, and it's like, and then the other perspective is like, the other perspective is oh, you don't know, like what the person was about to do. I get the lead on that example. Person got so upset, was like, started telling me that person business. I, and and I always tell this person like I don't want to be knowing anybody's like personal business, because like it don't got nothing to do with me. But it's like low key, it be low key a sense of justice sometimes how certain scenarios play out, because like this person did something that's considered bad to me, right? And in the situation, I remember I wanted to be so mad about the situation, retaliate right then and there, because like you do something to me, I do something to you. And then it's so interesting. That's when my man was like, like, nah, like, basically, to summarize, like, yeah, nah, like, just forget about it. Just go do your own thing. In regards to this person that was trying to, cause conflict. And I took that as, like, the message of instruction, like, because, your man's supposed to lead. My man was like, no, you're better than this, basically. Better than this situation. And I knew that because I was trying to talk to the person. They was just acting a whole mess. Mm. And then, like, to me, like, it's like, while this person was focused on their anger and aggression, I'm over here thinking, like, dang, like, this a grown woman. Supposedly she has a boy. From the conversation the leader was telling me, supposedly got a boyfriend. Out at all types of the night, around other men, out fighting random females. It's just like, what kind of, like, you almost want to ask questions, but it's just like, yo, no, like, that's the perception I was coming from. Like, ain't no way. I'm like, no. So I left the situation alone. Basically, I'm only saying this to say because once the um once the person had a conversation with me, whatever the case would be, I'm like, cool, whatever. The person was like, oh no, I'm gonna go card. Like this person was like, she's about to go make rounds. She about to go like. This person wanted. To, and it's so funny because like the third party scenario, right? This person wanted to go gossip. It's so interesting because the person's a Gemini, and you know a Gemini environment does have something to do with gossip, right? So fast forward, after speaking to the Leo, it's so interesting because the Leo wanted to go gossip. Environment of Gemini, the person want to go gossip about the other person, but want to bring me into it because obviously the person trying to bring me into their energy, and it's just like that's the way you think you're gonna do it, and you think I want to stick around that? Oh nah, not with that negativity. So this Leo went to go try to gossip to another Gemini placement. So it was like three Gemini placements, three conversations, three different people. It's a lot going on, but it's really more about gossip. Two people in particular. Hmm, it's so interesting. And then after that conversation with the Leo, like not that much long later, the person that had a problem with me, they start popping up like trying to spy on me and stuff online. And I'm just like, I see you, and it's just like after at first I ain't saying nothing. A few days go by, I'm like, you still go. I'm like, first and foremost, like you that person issued me an apology. You just looking at my page for what? That means you gossiping too, and it's just like, yo, me and this person never really had no conversation. This person just literally was at a certain place at a certain time that kind of like is very significant, and it's just ironic. Someone try to somebody try to use people as a negative vessel or to do they like dirty work, so on so to say, I guess, to go against you, to create some sort of gossip because it was Mercury retrograde. So like this the best time for confusion. Let's just do a whole bunch of confusion stuff to make this person look bad. This was what their plan was. The Mercury retrograde is over. The confusion is clear. People are seeing people who they are for real, and the negative attributes that we're trying to project onto not only yourself and others. And it's just like, wow, you kind of have to sit with that, huh? You don't like when it's being done to you now, huh? And it's just like, amen, I receive the blessing because, like, you can't just be rude and negative people and just think, for no reason at that. So, fast forward. So, oh yeah, so, like, I kept seeing the girl was just looking around my stuff, not saying nothing, didn't issue me no apology, blocked her right then and there. Because, like, you had a month and some time to, like, really, because the thing is, through other gossip and communications around the Mercury retrograde, I was told that this person felt bad and they were sorry. But then the person never came to me and told me. So I had to get a secondhand conversation, apology basically. And it's like, all right, I already got the apology. There's nothing else to talk about, so I blocked the person. I didn't care relative or not because your intentions were shown, your character was shown, and it's like, I don't really like it. So it's just like, let's just not, you know, with that person. Mm. So we wanted to exile you, they didn't got exiled. Anyways. So then when these two people kept spying, I seen it was the Leo, and it was the other person, this person was gossiping with. I'm like, what's going on? And then the other day, like, I seen a particular other person, and I was just like, oh, I'm just like, now I remember it was like during Mercury retrograde, y'all was trying to act like I wasn't the shit, but I know I'm the shit. But at the same time, it didn't bother me because it's just like, who you then? Who you though? Like for real, for real. And now y'all want to be where I'm at. Y'all want to stand beside me. Now y'all want to bring me up a conversation and say you know me and stuff like that. And it's like, what happened to like a month ago? Mercury retrograde. But by this time, they trying to do all this. You already done block them mentally, physically, or spiritually. So it's like you don't have nothing to worry about this, but they worry about whatever they done said and did and told or whatever the case may be. And then I'm just hearing the Gunna song. Tonight, tonight, tonight. Oh my gosh, that song is low key funny, depending on what type of I, I don't know what type of what type of scenario situation, I guess. Anyway, and I see how this is said. When people are trying to pry into your love life to see what's going on, so you can cause some sort of delay between you and your partner, and if it's not you and your partner's relationship, they try to do like love work or stuff like that on, God forbid. Then what they're trying to do is create um, at least disruption within or delay within one of the significant others' lives, so that they'll be so focused on something specific that they, clock out from the relationship. But it's like, no, we see what y'all doing. It's like no funny. It's like all right. You people trying to create a Kirk and Rashida scenario with y'all. I'm not saying exact, but I'm like, this is the best way I can explain it. Like, if you're in a relationship, there's someone or some people, whoever the case may be, they just want y'all to be Kirk and Rashida so bad. So you can be because you see what's going on in Love and Hip Hop right now. At first, it was Kirk and Rashida. Kirk and Rashida had to go through a lot of years publicly about their relationship, and people make jokes about Rashida for going back to her man after having a baby on her and cheating on her, all types of stuff, right? And then now, I don't know Rashida's sign, but Yandy, she's a Pisces. Why is it significant? Is because why this person talk about it today, talk about at 3 o'clock in the morning, talk about they my guardian angel and my sis and spirit guide. Like this person go and follow me on my page, talk about Pisces. I'm like, yo, and because you just not in the knowing. But anyways, so Yandy, she a Pisces, and now we're getting to see what was going on behind the scenes of Yandy and the DC's their relationship. I don't look too much into it, to be honest, because Pisces, you just like Pisces, you in their relationship, you just don't question them. You just let them be whatever the fuck they want to be in that shit, because the embodiment itself is quite interesting. Yeah. So, hmm, so now the way Rashida handled her situation and how Yandy handling her situation now is quite interesting. Because I'm not gonna say Rashida had poise with her stuff. I don't necessarily agree with her for going back to her husband, but her situation could be different from a lot of the people. So to each his own. I don't really like my own bias. I don't really approve of it, but it's alright, whatever for her. And they married, they contract, and it's like people just want you to basically. I'm only saying to say because people only just want you. It's not for everybody. This is just anybody who's in that type of scenario situation. People just want you to be in a situation with your significant other where you can come to them and you can tell them what's going on behind the scenes of your relationship, so that they feel as though they have a say in whatever you guys got going on and how things should be, because they're not focusing on their relationship, even if they do or don't have one, because they're trying to project what they want onto you so that they can get what they want and compare it to you. But like, it's just like, huh? Meanwhile, you supposed to be on like some Jay-Z, Beyonce type shit. And not that I condone or agree with everything they got going on, but they got their own contract. That's married. I'm gonna just mind my business on that. But I'm just saying the different perceptions. To that, to people, your significant other might look like a Jay Z and Beyonce. Not like in physical looks, maybe, but like more of like symbolically. But in order for them to feel as though they can stand next to you, or it's something proud that they can talk about, they want to pull you down to be a Kirk and Rashida, because that's more relatable to them. They don't want to just watch TV skits. They don't want to just watch TV skits. They want to be play a part in them. They think you, oh my gosh, y'all think y'all can do no wrong. Y'all think y'all Beyonce and Jay Z. We want y'all to be Kirk and Rashida. Like, who said we? Who said everybody agree to that? If you want to be Kirk and Rashida so bad, why don't y'all be Kirk and Rashida? Show us how it's done. But I laugh at these. But that's basically the whole overall message. I'll talk to y'all.